I'm not saying that I want to defend Nin-Nin Game for doing something like this, but I believe that something like this is going to become more common going forward. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven, today with a topic related to anime figures, which I would love to discuss with you guys, because this isn't just about anime figures but also related to your personal privacy. Your real name, your address, your credit card information, your government ID even. Because nowadays you need one of those to buy anime figures, it seems. So this is a topic that I wanted to discuss a week ago, but yeah, I fell ill. I had a really severe food poisoning, so I delayed it until today. So this is related to a post I saw on the subreddit anime figures, and I wasn't surprised because this has been going on for a long time. It isn't something recent, but at the same time, if you are from a Western country, UK, US, and especially the EU, where privacy laws over there are pretty strong, this may feel like a privacy invasion, but I'm afraid this is going to become more common. So let's check out this post over here. Nin-Nin requiring extensive verification. Dear customer, thank you for your recent order with Nin-Nin Game. We wanted to remind you that in order to process your order, we require you to complete an ID check. This is standard procedure to ensure security of your account and to comply with our verification policies. Please provide a photo of you, a selfie, holding your government-issued ID, such as a passport, driver's license, and also a close-up photo of the government-issued photo ID along with a document that verifies your billing address, such as a utility bill or bank statement. Once we receive and verify these documents, we are able to proceed with processing your order, and then if you don't do so within 7 days, they cancel order. Okay, and the question below over here from the OP, is this normal for Nin-Nin to request your government ID, a selfie with your government ID, and a utility bill or statement from your bank? Seems a little too much to me. Okay, surprise, this is standard practice over here in Asia. Okay, so today's video is also a little bit of cultural exchange between me, someone living in Asia, Southeast Asia, and with those of you who may be watching this from Western countries. This is normal practice nowadays for the past 4 or 5 years. And in fact, Japan is a bit late in catching up to this sort of practice, which is meant to combat fraud, right? To combat identity theft, someone using your information, your name, or even your credit card to make purchases online. It is a rampant problem, especially in Amazon. And I find Amazon's security to be really lacking. Like, you can register literally any credit card with no verification at all. As long as you have the numbers in front and behind the card, you can register it into Amazon account. No two-factor authentication, no TAC sent to your smartphone, no secure sign on your bank app on your phone. You can just register and use it that way, which is ridiculous in my opinion, because online fraud today is so common. But you may have a counterpoint, you may have an argument over here saying that what if an employee working for Nin-Nin Game chooses to misuse the information you submitted and uses it to commit fraud instead, or identity theft, which I agree, it is a valid concern. But guess what? It is just a matter of time before this practice becomes more common. Like many other Japanese websites, Ami, Hobby Search, HLJ has not done this kind of thing yet, but I believe it is just a matter of time before they implement it for new account registrations for similar reasons. Now, this is not new. This has been going on for years, and if you register for some proxy services, proxy shipping services that are based in Japan, like Tenso.com, if you've heard of them, they also require a very similar verification process before you can even use their services. Yes. Okay, before I proceed with explaining what's going on over here, there is a top comment over here which I agree with. They usually do this with new accounts buying not safe for work figures, or at least I've only seen people get this email in those specific cases. To avoid this, you would have to place a couple of orders for safe for work stuff, and when your payments went through and everything looks legit to them, you shouldn't have to verify your identity anymore when ordering something not safe for work. Yes, that's true. This guy is correct. So here's the thing. The reason why they are requiring this extensive verification, there are two reasons. Number one is the fraud prevention I mentioned. And number two is regarding laws, where Nin-Nin Game is protecting themselves. They don't want to be accused of selling something 18 plus to someone who is potentially under 18. But how do you verify that? Yes, your government ID, your driving license, and so on. That is where they are able to verify your age. Yes. So, as we all know, over in China, now they are clamping down on this 18 plus not safe for work figures. And in general, they just can't sell those stuff anymore. They can't enforce the same rules to us, overseas people outside of China. But over in China, what is happening? For a lot of figure sellers over in Taobao, which are selling very questionable figures to local people, they are required to verify the age of the customer before they can even sell the figure to them. And what I'm suspecting over here is exactly the same thing. Nin-Nin Game wants to know your age before they sell you an 18 plus figure. Over in Army, you can't even buy 18 plus stuff with PayPal, right? You need to use a credit card directly. And who knows what Visa or MasterCard will do in future, because they are clamping down on this kind of 18 plus stuff. They are censoring things and they won't let a payment go through if you buy 18 plus stuff from Japan using a Visa card. Something like that, right? Some of our most popular shopping websites in my country, which is Shopee or Lazada, if you plan to use their Buy Now Pay Later program, BNPL, which has a bad rap where people misuse them, but that is another topic. If you want to use their BNPL program, you have to go through a very similar verification process before you can even use them. Number two, if you want to use any e-wallet, it does not matter if it is TNG wallet, Touch and Go e-wallet, which is the most common e-wallet in Malaysia, the most popular one, or GrabPay, or Shopee Pay. There are so many different e-wallets in my country. And no matter which one you want to use, if you want to unlock all of the features, you want to send money to people, you have to go through the same verification process where within the app itself, they will require you to take pictures of yourself, a selfie, from different angles, from the corner, from the side, from the front, sometimes from top and below, and even a picture of you smiling. You can't upload your own pictures from a smartphone. You need to use the app, that e-wallet app. They have a camera built in. You need to use that app to take pictures of yourself and also you holding your government ID, because they don't want you uploading pictures of fake stuff like photoshopped images, because they want to know whether you are legit or not. My country of Malaysia is number 1 ranking in the world in terms of e-wallet usage. Yes, QR Pay and so on. We are number 1 ranking in the world. Everyone are using it, young or old people, because they find it to be so convenient, and really everyone here sees this kind of information verification as a necessary evil to make sure everything is secure. It is true that there is always the risk of the company that is collecting your personal information. There might be an employee inside who might misuse your information. That is true. That may happen. But what if you tell me that you will never use any e-wallets or QR Pay, so you will never have to submit your personal private information to third parties? You will only trust your credit cards or debit cards when you shop online. Well, guess where did you sign up your credit card? With a bank, which you had to fill in a form or two, and guess where that information ended up with? Some third parties out there, insurance, sellers, and so on. You might have received an odd number of phone calls from insurance companies trying to sell you something. That is your bank or even your telecommunications provider the company that gave you your data on your phone, they sold your information to a third party. And that is something you can't avoid, unfortunately. So if you are telling me right now that you will never submit your personal info to a third-party shopping website because you fear for the integrity of your private information, bro, it is way too late to worry about that. As long as you've used any financial services for the matter, it does not matter what the privacy laws in your country say, your information is already circulating out there. And the only thing you can do is to pray that a major data leak or hack does not happen, or the information does not end up in the wrong hands. Yes, you can't avoid it. So I'm not saying that I want to defend Nin-Nin Game for doing something like this. I would rather not go through something like this because it is a hassle. But I believe that something like this is going to become more common going forward. Yeah, it is just a matter of time before literally every shopping service online that sells 18 plus stuff at least will require you to submit your government ID or some official document for verification reasons. So what are your thoughts on this Nin-Nin Game requiring extensive verification thing over here? Do you feel like your privacy is being invaded, or you see it as a necessary evil, a necessary safety measure? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. This is a bit like a cultural exchange because our mindset on why this is considered good or not good, it is so different between here in Asia and over in Western countries. And finally, I have one advice for everyone shopping for anime figures online, and that is to try and get yourself a credit card, even though your bank may sell your info to a third party. A credit card is always better than a debit card, contrary to what financial YouTubers are telling you online on how credit card is bad, you will rack up a lot of debt, and yeah, I mean, that is up to you to be financially responsible with your spending. But credit cards are always better than debit cards, and the reason is because you are more protected in case a credit card fraud does happen. You see, when your credit card is being misused by a third party, maybe they use your card to swipe at Starbucks or at Amazon and so on, you can always reverse the charges. Right? You make a report that your credit card is being compromised, and because it is only credit, it is not real money, you can always reverse the charges via a chargeback. I'm speaking from experience over here because my card was compromised once on an online data leak, and then someone was using my credit card on Amazon UK. Yes, and I did not have to pay anything. However, if you use the debit card, that means real money was deducted from the bank, and if anything has happened, it was a fraud, then you can kiss your money goodbye. You're never getting it back. Even though you filed a report with the bank, with the police, you're not getting that money back. Unless you were extremely lucky, of course. So this is the benefit of credit card over debit cards. If you're shopping for anime figures online, go for a credit card. If you qualify for one, please apply one. Yes, and you'll be a very relieved person in case something unfortunate happens. Yeah. So until then, I hope that this video today is insightful maybe. And if it is, please do give this video a like, subscribe to this channel for more anime figure content, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.